Hey, just checking in with y'all. Hey, can you hear me clearly? Let me know. Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I'm just coming in. I'm not on my computer and stuff. I'm actually driving. I'm on my phone. So I wanted to see if y'all can hear me. I'm just checking in with y'all, man. I'm gonna really do my live tomorrow evening. But I definitely had to just check in, check and see what's going on with y'all, man. And I said even if I can't get on the live, what I'll try to do is at least go through my phone. I'm saying I'm driving, running for child support. You know what I do for a living? Deadbeating. What's going on? But Lorenzo, how you doing, brother? Jay, everything. What's up, man? And Fake Phantom, what's going on, man? That's why I ain't even do no schedule, nothing like that. I just came on because I knew I wasn't really going live like I normally do. So I said just check in with the squad. You know what I'm saying? Baby Mama Terrorist, Bounty Hunter Squad, that is. They mob be lying. That's what they do for a living, bro. That's what they do. That's what they do. They lie, bro. That's why I say keep the receipts and expose their ass. Game of last matter. What's up, bro? I ain't the judge today, man. I'm just like I say. I'm just on my way back. I'm on my way back from St. Louis, man. Uh, so I'm on my way back from there and just wanted to chime in with everybody, man. Happy holidays. Appreciate you tuning in. You came from Star. That's what's up. And actually, that's what I was gonna kind of talk about was the Star situation. Um, but tomorrow we're gonna definitely talk about some of the things that was said in the comments when I was on the Star Reports YouTube. And I appreciate it, Holiday. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it up, bro. No, I was actually in St. Louis, bro. I drove through East St. No, I was in St. Louis, and it's like 4 hours away from me. So I'm on my way back. You know what I'm saying? Back to Chicago. So the the Star Report, uh, vi- uh, the live is interesting, and like I told y'all before, and that's why I say this on a regular basis. The majority is not going to side with you when it comes to child support in this system. The majority will always blame you for whatever's going on with you and your situation with your children. They don't care about you being married. They don't care about you planning the kids. They don't give a fuck about what you talk about. All they know is you on child support, you're a deadbeat, should have wore condoms, pull out game week, don't want to be a father, and all that sorts of shit. Perfect Blackness, what's good, bro? That's why I tell y'all to keep y'all veins cold, and that's why I told y'all I'm for the minority. The minority is the men that know what it is, know the system, gender bias. They're not gonna change the laws. We have to change ourselves and change the laws in our mind. Now, mind you, when I was on there, I looked at the comments, and the first thing I see was someone of them baby mama tear supporters talking about some condoms. So, I told you, when you go against the system when it comes to child support, they quick to try to tell you to wear condoms. And the most ones that tell you about wear condoms, They just mad because they got a nigga that didn't want to be a father, or she ran him away, whatever it is. But you mad because you had a fucked up situation, and you want to assume that all men are like him. So I already knew dealing with the people over there, the majority was gonna say condom, deadbeat, pull out game week, because you got separate forces wherever you go. But I had quite a few people hit me up on Instagram and even on YouTube telling me I came from the start port. And that's why I say I'm just for the minority. If just 5 people come from the start port, that's a bonus to me. Because the majority is not gonna side with you regardless. They want government daddy to stick around. They want to be able to run over there to that courtroom and set the next man up for failure. That's what they do. That's why I told you there's only gonna be a select few who are willing to talk about this, tell their stories, expose the baby mama terrorists, dialogue, try to uplift others, other men, and even some women, and try to change the laws of your mind. And some of y'all who came over there supporting, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. But that's what I want y'all to know. The majority is not gonna side with you, and that's what I go through when I state my case. But I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker say, because when Star was saying, "Oh, well, don't read them in the time because they're gonna go all in," I said, "But them the ones I want to talk to. Even they still call me a deadbeat, you will not be able to call me a lie." And everything I said was actually the truth. And some of the shit they talking about, they didn't even know what the fuck they talking about, because either they don't care to know, they're not in the situation, or regardless, we ain't finna roll with you, and that's fine. But you cannot deny the truth. And even the young lady he had on that Dana, I believe that's who it was, you know, she said, yeah, he's right about that, and he's right about the judge, he's right about the $51 billion, right about the system being wrong, but then it was a but to it. And the but was so many men don't want to be fathers. You can't have a dialogue and all that stuff, and that's false too. And that's why I said, so you telling me that the 85% of the men who are on child support is because they didn't want to be fathers, they all wanted to be deadbeats, or what you quote unquote deadbeat, they didn't want to be fathers. That's the logic. Because you went through something personally with one dude? Nah, man. And we're gonna talk about that tomorrow on my live when I be on my computer, about this wear condoms bullshit. Because if you look into, and we're gonna talk about it. Now, you already know I always talk about men as a whole, white, black, blue, or green. But we're gonna talk about it once again on the black aspects, since they want to make black people, well, black men, the face of deadbeat and the face of not want to be fathers. And I'm gonna have the stats that shows when it comes to fathers, it's a lot of fathers that not even having kids. And if you want to know the rate as far as a deadbeat black father, quote unquote, it's only between 10 to 15%. But the way all these baby mama terrorists act, they say the majority of black men are deadbeats. Now, because you stay in the neighborhood and you in the hood and all you know is Pookies and Ray Rays and they having kids by all the bitches over there, that's your business. That ain't got nothing to do with the rest of the black folks. And the reason why I'm telling y'all this, because when these motherfuckers bitches come at y'all talking about, oh, black men don't want to be fathers and y'all all deadbeats and all that stuff, I want y'all to say I want y'all to tell them, look up the stats. This is what the stat is. How is that when a lot of black men are not even having kids? And that's why it's good to do the research. Just like when we was talking about Jason Black, and he said the guy from California, Transformer Voltron, he was able to get custody because he's a man and he come from a different cloth. He had power. No, because when it came down to the stats that we look at, just in 2013, only 17.5% fathers had custody, and that's men of all color. So that means if you look at that and separate that, the black man, what, 5%, if that? And you telling me that it's because you had to man up? Nah, you slipped through the cracks, fam. So a lot of people will sit back, like I told you. would not go against the code. They would support the feminism. They would support the baby mama terrorism. They would support government daddy, but then tell you it's white supremacy and everywhere else, except in child support. That's why I don't pay these pro-black motherfuckers no attention. The ones that's really pro-black is people like Perfect Blackness and others who say that yeah, white supremacy is real and systematic racism and the black community is going through this and that, but also we have a lot of fake ass queens out here that are causing turmoil and setting the black men up for failure, choosing single motherism and baby mama terrorism. Them the pro-blacks I respect to call out everything, just don't call out the white man. So, like I said, a lot of these fake ass pro-black talk about white supremacy until they come to child support. Then they shut their mouths because most of their supporters are black women, fake ass queen black women. And they're not gonna go against the code, just like the preachers in the churches. That's not gonna go against the black women that support the church, and it's usually 80 or 90% of them motherfuckers. So why would they break the code and lose their money out the collection plate? So what this page is about uplifting. It's about changing laws in our mind, because child support ain't gonna never change. Telling our story, telling our truth, and try to get around this bullshit ass system. And it's also about venting, getting your mind right, because a lot of men feel alone because they think they're the only ones going through it. People need to know, men need to know that you're not alone. And a lot of us have went through it. A lot of us been there, done that. A lot of us is currently going through it, and a lot of us ain't going through it, but they like, shit, I better learn this because I don't want to ever get into it. You see what I'm saying? That's what the goal is, because I'm telling people left and right, as long as they got this $51 billion business, I'm not gonna say crime bill no more, because motherfucker try to play stupid, don't know what a crime bill is, but it's a business. Child support is a business. It's not about the best interest of the kid. That's why I continue to post on Instagram, and I don't really do Facebook, but YouTube with the lives and talks and everything, because you cannot tell me this shit don't exist when I'm coming out with all this goddamn truth about these baby mama terrorists and this unjust ass system. So, with that being said, for everybody that came on from the start report, I appreciate you. They came over and checked it out. Some on Instagram, some on YouTube, but I'm trying to get everybody coming to YouTube, because this is where we do everything. I appreciate y'all chiming in. Like I said, the majority of them was not gonna agree. They're gonna deflect, make excuses, deadbeat and all that shit. But that's what they do. That's why you keep your veins cold. And the ones that came over, I appreciate you for understanding what I'm talking about. And that's why I say, you don't know who around you that's going through it, and you've been around them for a long time. They just never said nothing, because that ain't nothing they want to try to put out there. They don't want to be looked at as a deadbeat or shame, or you should have fought harder. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. It's not easy, but it need to be out there, because the future, the ones that you raising, your sons, your nephews, your godkids, or whoever, you don't want them to be in the same situation you is, because of, maybe you was a simp enforcer, maybe it was lack of knowledge, maybe because you didn't have your father around, maybe you was a son husband to your mother, different factors. But you want to teach the youth and spread awareness so they don't go through the same situation. Also, for men to cope and definitely build a brotherhood amongst men. You see what society's doing? They got the alphabet community trying to take over. You got the feminist movement taking over. Black Lives Matter. They came and went after they got their $90 million. False advertising for unarmed black men, when it's really about getting a come up. I told people about that shit. So, we need a place to dialogue, a place to, like I say, to build, change our mindset. We gotta love ourselves. And a lot of these baby mama terrorists hate themselves. They don't love themselves. We can't be like them. We gotta be the opposite of them. And also, like Jay Ham, he said that I still can't believe Jason came at you like that. It really blows my mind. Don't be surprised about that. There's a lot of motherfuckers that got big platforms that see what I'm doing and see what I got going on, that be in their feelings about that because they got a lot of bitches on their platform and they don't want them to they don't want to lose their platform, so they got to say, I'm against it. He a bitch. He should have manned up. I got this one motherfucker from California in Oakland who manned the fuck up. And like I said, he don't know what the fuck you talking about. Stick to your pro-black and all that shit you doing. Because if you was talking about the power, y'all would have had the power to get the reparation that y'all been talking about within the last couple of years that you still ain't got, that you ain't never gonna get, motherfucker. See? So like I said, I don't take them niggas seriously. Them one of the reasons why the simp enforcement is very real, and this is why these baby mama terrorists continue to do the shit they do, because as long as you got a motherfucker that's giving them a crown on their head anyway, they feel they never could do wrong because they don't have to accept no accountability. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't care who the fuck come at me, but when you talking about this child support shit, you ain't gonna win. I don't care who the fuck you is. You're not gonna win. You could deflect, shame, wear comms, and all this bullshit you want to, but you're not gonna win. So I don't entertain nothing what these motherfuckers say. I knew that when I came in and started doing the fuck child support on Facebook, that motherfuckers gonna come around and say, you a deadbeat, you ain't trying to be a father, run for child support. And I tell all y'all motherfuckers, I own up to all that. Deadbeat, run for child support, sleep on the couch, ain't got shit, ain't worth a damn. But let's talk about these baby mama terrorist whores and this system, and then tell me if I'm right or wrong. And instead of saying you right, they say, yeah, but. Even yesterday, yeah, he's right about this, he's right about that, but, you know, a lot of men don't want to be civil and be father. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. And we got to stop peticating these motherfuckers, making excuses for them. Tomorrow, man, she don't know no better. She's in her feelings about something else. She's bitter. She's miserable. Nah, fuck all that. She don't know what the fuck she's talking about. And that's just that. So you have to show these motherfuckers what it is. Now, if they still want to deflect and make excuses, don't matter. You know. And the majority of society know what it is, but they don't want to make that change because as long as they have that type of control on a man, they good. And this is why I tell y'all, stay away from these niggas, because these niggas ain't nothing but the white man's shoe ready to step on your motherfucking neck. See? So I'm not worried about the majority here. I'm worried about the minority. And then if that's the case that, you know, deadbeat and don't want to be fathers, I wouldn't have the women that I have on my platform. Because they know what it is. They know it's not right. They know a lot of these women run to the courts for failing relationships and divorces. They know they run there for government daddy. They know they do it for control. Because if they felt that I meant all women and all black women and all that shit, they wouldn't be on my motherfucking page. They wouldn't be on here. And then even the ones that's on here, you're going to have some that's going to come on here because they're infiltrators. They want to, you know, pretend like they part of the movement. That's why I say, men, we have to come together. Everybody else that follow, that's cool, but we got to do it amongst us. I tell people this platform for men. Women welcome to come, but it's for men. So I want no, you know, misunderstanding that you didn't know, because I said it's for men. We need platform for men. There's too many of these fake ass LA Nation groups and fathers' right groups infiltrated by women, pretending like they support men when they're really there to self-destruct the motherfucking co-op and get benefits and notoriety and money off that shit. I'm not finna tickle no bitch chin and get no extra shine, likes, and money. Nah, I'm not. Let them niggas over there hollering black power, lying like a motherfucker. Let them do that shit. So, yeah, it's definitely wild. It's wild as fuck, bro. It's definitely wild. You know. Hey, Mr. Funny say stay away from stepdad. Well, here's my take on the stepdad. In this day and age, I wouldn't dare become a stepdad. But at the same time, you got motherfuckers claiming stepdads not even married to the motherfucker. Them the simp dads I be talking about, you know, and my dumb ass did that before, like a sucker. I didn't know no better. Thinking that, you know, I'm thinking he didn't want to be a father. Come, this is what the fuck this baby mama terrorist saying. And I was around him when he was 6 years old, around for 11 years. He wasn't bad and mistreated me and talked back to me and nothing like that. Nothing like that. But what I fucked up was I entertained and believe what the bitch said because I'm thinking this motherfucker deadbeat don't want to be a father. But come to find out, 2 kids later, and I'm leaving the situation. It's like a revolving door going right back around to the same thing. And I realized then I was wrong about this man being a deadbeat when in actuality she ran him off. So I was a simp enforcer. I was a suck ass nigga, believing what a bitch say. And that would never happen again. Even if she say a motherfucker beat her ass, I'm not finna jump no bitch defense. Why he beat your ass? You probably told him you had AIDS. I don't know. So if I ever see this man, I owe him an apology. And so in this day and age, I wouldn't dare be no stepdad to somebody else's kid because 9 times out of 10, not all, because I know people that stepfathers right now, they don't have them problems. Either they get along with the father or he actually not around and he ain't interfering in it. And the mother is knowing her place and knowing her role. She ain't making the son a son husband. She know her role. She know what the deal is. So I can't sit back and say anybody that's married is considered really a simp dad. I know a lot of people in the manosphere do, and that's their right. I understand where they're coming from, but I can't sit back and say all men that marry somebody with a child is a step simp. But the majority of them are. The majority of them are. And yeah, just like my man said, we needed this years ago. If I'd have known, like I'm married, right? If I'd have known Coach Greg Adams just a little bit beforehand, I wouldn't have got married. And like I say, I ain't got them problems. Submit, know a role and everything else. But like I said, if I'd have known before, I'd have just lived a frigid lifestyle. So since I'm not living a frigid lifestyle, most I can do is take the red pill, which I've been taking the red pill for a long time before it was a red pill. But so I can't laugh at a dude and say, "Oh, I'm a stepdaddy," and he ain't got problems. If he doing good, I can't call him a step simp. But the ones that's dealing with it, knowing that you got them problems, knowing that you got a son husband there, and he run the house, and she let him run the house, or the daughter run the house, and all that shit, no respect you and shit, and you still there, you're a stupid motherfucker. But in this day and age, I wouldn't recommend nobody to jump and get married or marry somebody that got kids. Not in this new age. You get married to get divorced, and then she got your livelihood in the palm of her hands, half. You know. So yeah, I ain't gonna sit back and say what I mean by when I say step simp. Like I wasn't married. I was just in a long relationship, playing the kids I had, but I'm thinking this dude a deadbeat because what she said. And I fell for it, realized he wasn't no stepdad. She ran him off, and he was paying his child support on the regular. And he'll see his son uh every other weekend. Now I see why he had every other weekend. Because that's what she wanted. Calling him all types of deadbeats to the son and everything else. I ain't know no better. I ain't gonna do with that. But like I said, after the fact, that's when everything started coming to my head about all the signs that I recognized and saw that I ignored or threw it off my shoulders. So that's shame on me. Like I said, we as men take accountability to our fuck ups, but these baby mama tears would never do. And that's what I'm telling y'all today. Don't make the mistakes that we made. And in this day and age, you can't come with that we didn't know. Ain't nobody tell us. We telling you now. For those who don't have kids and all that stuff, we telling you now. So don't fall for the trap for these bitches. These bitches will set you up for failure, man. They will lie on you and say, your own sister say, So-and-so put their hands on it. You go there, beat his ass, shoot him. You go to jail, he dead, and you come to find out he didn't do a goddamn thing. All he did was tell her it was over. But we run off our emotions. We not being thinkers. We just reactors. We fucked up for a bitch that's gonna continue to be a hoe and live her life to the fullest, have other multiple kids and put another nigga on child support, or laugh at the next nigga, get him killed. That's what I'm saying. So we have to be thinkers, not reactors. Leave that for them blue pill simp betas. That's what we lead them to. You know what I'm saying? And Luxury said, yes, sir. He said, I'm 50, no kids. My man, I ain't mad at you at all. And if you're gonna have kids, my thing is have a second. And if you're gonna have kids with somebody you with, y'all relationship great, no issues, still have paperwork, still get a DNA, let her know what it is. If she don't like it, well, that's what it's finna be. You know, fuck all that. Why chance it? What up, Julius? Why chance it? And what kills me is the fact that motherfuckers off the star report talking about some wear condoms. That's why I said we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. The majority of people on my platform that's on here is not guys who did the oopsie, one-nighters, pump and dump and fucked up. It's men on here who actually was married, long relationship, the kids was playing, and because of a fair relationship, the baby mama tears go to the courts or alienate the father. You fight in court and the court say, well, pay your child support. We ain't got nothing to do with all the rest of the shit. That's your business. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Zoe? So that's why I say you can't worry about what the majority gonna say. And I do understand for the men that don't want to tell their stories or don't want to talk about it. But this is the reason why, because as long as you don't talk about it, these motherfuckers gonna continue to think that you on child support or you ain't around your kids because you just didn't want to be a father. When you got all these receipts in your back pocket, your cell phones, your drawers, and you won't even show that shit. And it's not about trying to prove your point. It's just letting you know this bitch is lying. She's trying to stain my name. You'll do it if the police put you on a false arrest. You're going to state your case and put all the proof and everything else. Same thing you got to do with these baby mama terrorists. They know different. They all the right hands of white supremacy. So it's no different. It's no different. Child support is not for men. It's not for equal parenting. They've been having 50-50 equal parenting on the table in Illinois for the last 5 years, and they still got it sitting, and they're not gonna turn around and pass that law until the majority of people in Illinois make that change. And the majority is not gonna do it. This shit been on the table for almost 10 years, I believe. And look at all these fathers' rights groups that's been out here for years before I ever dealt with child support. They ain't changed no laws. Maybe a few states say, okay, mandatory 50-50, but look how long it took. And that's only a few states. Rest of you got to try to fight, beg, plead, and state the case. And hopefully the baby mama tears get caught up in some DCFS shit. And even sometime with that, they sweep that on the rug. They'll give it to her mom, well, her motherfucking mama. They give it to the father. And if they give it to you, they try to make it temporary till she redeem herself. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So this is what the page is about. It's not about supporting fathers who just outright planned to have kids but didn't want to be fathers. It's fuck child support. And like I told the Star Report, no, get rid of the whole motherfucking thing. All that reformed child support, defund child support, they're not gonna reform it. They're not gonna defund. They ain't gonna defund the child support. So I say get rid of the whole motherfucking thing and start it back over. Do it like it was back in the day when it was for married, well, it was for married white women, but do it when it's for at least a married person, a married woman. And the father actually did abandon the child and ain't try to do nothing. Ain't try to send money, ain't try to do nothing. Then, okay, then child support should be there. But if you talking about, well, I'm putting him on child support because we broke up and he moved on with his life, and well, was he giving you money? Yeah. Well, was he buying the kids something? Yeah. So why you put on child support? Because he left me. Bitch, that's a dumbass reason to go to court, and then you get mad because he said that's all I'm giving you? I don't blame him. Keep the bank, so fuck you. Why would you continue to give this bitch extra money when you ain't seen your kids in all these years and months and everything else, and she causing heartache and turmoil in your own household with your family over there? Why would you? You get that bitch nothing. You get your child, you definitely do whatever you want to do. Live it up. Spend the world on him or her. But don't get that bitch no extra money. And that's why they don't like me. But that's still your kid. Nah, fuck you. She taking that money and fucking off any motherfucker way. So why would you give her extra money? See, they don't like that. They want you to be a sucker and continue to pay your child support. And that's the funny thing about these baby mama terrorists. And y'all can relate to this who went through this or going through this. They put you on child support. You paying whatever you pay in a month. You pay it on time. You pick up your kids every other weekend. You don't ask her for a dime. You ain't begging or nothing like that. But then she expects you to give half of what she spent on the child. But she took you to child support to get 25%, 20%, or whatever they offered. She want that $1,000 a month. But then she had a nerve to give you a receipt and say, I want you to pay half on this karate session. Nah, bitch, use the child support. That's what the child support for. Because if you wanted equal money and equal spending, then we would have got equal parenting. Or we wouldn't be going to court at all. We'll do it on our own contract. And if somebody renege, you go from there. That's why I say these bitches ain't stupid. They know what they're doing. Yeah, this nigga, he love his kids, so shit, I'm gonna put him on child support, and I'm still gonna make that motherfucker spend money. How many of y'all dealt with these baby mama tears? You pay your child support, you do what you can, and she doing all the fuckery, and she got no to ask you for extra money for some shit that you ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I see. Banks code don't fuck these motherfuckers. And motherfucker don't like it, getting they feeling. Your own mama say you ain't shit, fuck her too. Baby mama terrorist to the fifth power. She support these hoes. Now you know why your daddy went around, because she probably ran him off and put him up for the ringer, and he said, fuck this shit too. So a lot of y'all that was mad at y'all father now kind of understand, because y'all going through it. And she lied, because they quick to lie. See, and then you got some dads that just didn't want to accept responsibility. I ain't speaking on them. I'm talking about the fathers that wanted to be a father but wasn't allowed to, and he finally washed his hands and moved on. And you do notice when you go finally meet that father, you talk to him, he got all the receipts. I've been paying child support. I've been trying to see you. I got this, got that. And the ones that didn't want to be a father but wanted to see you when you got grown, then they trying to say, well, your mama won this, one that, but you ain't got no proof, so, you fucked up. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's a cycle that we go through all these years. It's cycle after cycle after cycle. And like I told Star, I did the fuck child support before I went through my situation, because I got tired of the stereotype of men being accused of being deadbeats because they paying child support. I was raised by my father and my mother. I had a bunch of uncles, and I had aunties too. Got a huge family. I was raised around men, and most of my aunties knew they roles. They wasn't baby mama terrorists. Few of them was, but the majority of them wasn't. So that's what I'm saying, man. So when people are like, oh, you got mama issues or fathers, I'm like, bitch, I had both parents. They passed away. That's the only reason why I don't have them now. You know? And like I tell y'all, the ones that went on the start point, I wanted y'all to see the majority's not gonna side with you. And the select few like, nah, hell yeah, I need a place like this to go to. I like what he's talking about. But the majority's not gonna side with you, and that's just the way it is. That's why you be around the people that sides with you. If you got a family and you fighting to get rid of child support, you fighting to get custody because this baby mama Tez ain't shit, she ain't right, and you got your own cousin talking about some, man, bro, you wrong, man. How can you do that? Even though he know what it is, you stay away from that simp ass motherfucker. You cut that motherfucker off. Your daddy come at you with that simp talk shit, you cut that motherfucker off too. Talk to him on a cell phone. Text him. You don't need to be around him. But that's just some negative energy that's gonna be rubbed off on you and make you feel guilty like you doing something wrong, and now you give up. Nah, hell no. There's people on here that they own mama went against them and they fighting for custody. You shouldn't do that. The son should live with the mother. What the fuck? Your own mama. And that's when you realize that your own mama was a baby mama test to your daddy. Even though she spent all the money on you, gave you what you want, that was a mirage, man. That was a send off. And that's what the baby mama test is doing now, spending that money on them, buying them Jordans and everything else. You ain't got to want for shit. You don't need that nigga. I'm independent, but got your child support. But it's a mirage. And when they get older, 9 times out of 10, they see the light. But a lot of times that shit is too late. Or they so blind and they manipulate, they never see the light. But like I said, you still told your truth. I pay my child support weekly on a regular. You could spend $1 million on your kid, you still gonna be a deadbeat to them. You could have your kids more than the baby mama tells how they kid. You still a deadbeat to them. So you trying to prove your fatherhood with outside motherfuckers that don't like you anyway, that's gonna side with them and stick to the code. Fuck them motherfuckers, because they believe it anyway. No matter what you do for your kid, no matter what you spend and having more time, you always gonna be that deadbeat ass nigga to them. You can't worry about them. And you gotta accept the reality that's what it is. And that don't mean keep a muzzle in your mouth either. You have to speak up and tell your truth. And if not, at least give me the receipts and I'll put it out there and I'll tell the truth for you. And just lie and say I went in your account and stole it. That's what you gotta do. I don't care. I'll do it because I ain't got nothing to lose. So you ain't gotta worry about that either. Like a brother said that came from the report on Instagram, he said we need more groups and pages like you. It's not gonna be a lot of pages like me because they're not gonna go that far. They may say, yeah, it's not right. Child support is against. After that conversation over. Shout out to Jay Ham for the $20 donation. I wasn't expecting. Like I said, when I'm on the phone, I'm just checking in with the squad, man, to the baby mama Ted's bounty hunters. But I appreciate you, bro. $20. He say you drop 1,000,000 facts tonight. I'm only dropping because I just want y'all to know. If y'all do go on the Star Report, check it out. I can't say what hour to check in. He was playing. What you mean? Condoms? I mean, what the fuck? And then it was quick with these black baby mama terrorist bitches. They quick to say, y'all the only motherfuckers that be complaining about child support. I said, y'all must don't look around. All these fathers' rights groups are white men. White men have been complaining about the child support since the beginning of child support. And you talking about is the black man whining and complaining? If that's what you want to call whining and complaining. Shout out to Gail Lockett up in here. Me and Gail talked earlier, man. And she told me some real detail about her situation and why she support the page. She understand where I'm coming from, just like she understand what a lot of y'all coming from. Like I tell y'all, it's only a few selected women, real black queens, that's gonna call out the bullshit and not jump to a bitch's defense. It's only a select few. That's why I tell y'all don't expect to be a lot of women, whether black or white, jump into your defense because they're gonna side with them baby mama terrorists or they're not gonna say nothing at all. Just like these simp enforcers. That's why we as men have to build ourselves up and we gotta come to that accord. But like I say, we so segregated with these simp enforcements, these betas and blue pills and son husbands. That's why you gotta just isolate yourself from them niggas. You have to. I tell white men who I talk to who are on my Facebook, isolate yourself from them motherfucking them white knights over there, them zaddies. You got to. And that's why I say whatever issue we have with the white man, when it comes to this, we got the same problem. Men have to come together. But it takes everybody on one accord when it comes to this. And I tell these dumbass bitches all the time. They pay more money in child support. White men are more on child support than we are. Like, black men, father, they're beating everything else or on child support when it's only 13% of the population of black people in America, but yet 90% of black this truth and the memes and the videos and the one-on-ones. I'm doing it for y'all. I'm not doing it for the outside motherfuckers that's gonna say, oh, y'all weak and let me know if y'all can hear me now. Y'all hear me? Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. Yeah, let me know if it's doing that because I'm driving down 55, man, and maybe certain areas ain't number country shit on the road, so maybe certain parts is doing that. But basically, what I'm saying is, if you didn't hear me, well, I'm just basically saying that the majority is not going to ride with you. Majority is going to go against you, shame you, make you look bad, and try to make you look bad. And even if you tell them the truth, they're going to try to shame you with some other tactics for you to shut up. You cannot shut up. You know. Um, Mr. Cliffhanger says I'm ready to talk. I won't be able to talk today because I don't want to talk on here and with a one, with somebody chiming in and um, the phone break up and all that, or shut off and all that. So I don't want to do that, especially if it's getting good. Um, Tomorrow though, we're gonna talk about these baby mama terrors that says, condoms. Stop having kids with random women and pumping and dumping and doing a oopsie. That's what we're gonna talk about tomorrow regarding pull out game and all that jive. I don't know. Maybe they think we 18-year-olds just fucking around in high school or something. I don't know. You know, simply say you already know my story. We had custody and stay in the court 70,000. Yeah, and count. Yeah, I know your story. You know, but like I say, the story had to come out by some type of way. Like I say, if you just tell me and tell me to put it out there because people think this shit did not exist. It's been in existence for a very long time. It's gonna always be like this. But the most I could do is try to get other men to spread the word so other young men that's coming up in the world don't fall in this trap. But it's a trap. You know. And then you got people that say you should have did it the right way. There's many men that's married, they got divorced. And the high divorce rate is what, 80%, 90%, something like that. And who do the most divorce? Women. And what do they want? Sole custody. And they want half your money. They want your child support. But you're gonna sit back and tell me I should have did it the right way. Get married and have kids and it's more married men getting set up for failure than it is people that's having kids out of wedlock. Oh yeah, appreciate it, bro. I'm driving safe, man. I'm on my headpiece. I got my phone on a one of them Them things you sit up on. I'm good. And you ain't lying. Michael Jackson was the smartest motherfucker ever. He had surrogates. He had surrogates. He done had no problems. He paid for his. Oh man. Yeah, Jaylon said 70%. I knew it was a high rate. It's past 50%. And you telling me that do it the right way. You do it the right way, and 70% of the divorces are issued by women, and it's not because the man cheated. Some of them just want to live their best life and go about their business and reap the benefits off you. And that's why I keep saying what I say. I don't recommend you get married, but if you get married, do a prenup, postnup. Have it filmed though. Don't just sign a contract and y'all just verbally doing it. You film that shit with a lawyer sitting there so she can't come back and say I was forced. Film it. Don't just sign them papers. Film it. It might sound like it's funny, but I'm dead serious. Film it, because you might have that woman that is a good woman. I'm not gonna sit back and say all women ain't shit, because that'll be a lie. But the majority of these motherfuckers ain't. You might have one that been in your corner from day one when you was going through the child support, and or one that know her role. Some of y'all got two wives. So I wouldn't never say all, but definitely have that paperwork. I got my paperwork. Shit. I don't have them problems, but I still got the paperwork. And always have an exit plan behind the scenes, because you never know. Even if you ain't got no problems, have an exit plan. Because a lot of us get fucked over in this court system because we didn't think that it was going to happen. We didn't think it'd go this far. She said she'll never do this. If anything happened, we broke up. All that shit, man. They got an exit plan. We got to have an exit plan before they do their exit plan. We have to. We got to think like them. Those smart motherfuckers. They not dumb. They not dumb. We have to be smarter. That's what I say. I want these young generation to be more masculine, know their roles as men, don't accept shit, change the laws in their mind, and don't go in this situation like we did. See, we love our kids so much that we let them motherfuckers shame us, stain us, set us up for failure, give them what they want, regardless of what they do. Still come to the baby mama tears defense, because that's your baby mama or that's your child's mama and shit. Nah, you gotta eliminate that mindset. That bitch try to get you killed. She try to set you up for failure. She try to put you up in the okie doke. She try to drown you. She try to get you sick. She's an enemy. So if that bitch laying on her life support, you go to that courtroom and get full custody. That bitch get locked up, she serving time, you go to that courtroom and get full custody. She's in the hospital for 6-7 months, you run to that courtroom and get custody. They'll do it to you. That's what you do. That's how you got to think. Man, why you do that while she was in the hospital? That's not fair. Life ain't fair, motherfucker. Keep them veins cold. That's why I say don't even engage with a baby mama tears talking that bullshit. Text her by phone. Y'all text. So you got your record. Keep it at a minimum. But if you ain't seeing your kid, you ain't allowed to see your kid, what you talking to her for? For her to make you mad, stress out, take it out on your wife you with, your other kids, and fuck up your livelihood and your careers and shit. Nah. Wash your hands and move on. Yeah, it's a war out here, man. Yeah, your seed is your investment. It is. Your seed is your investment. These motherfuckers choose single motherism. Any baby mama tears that's a single mother choose to be single mothers. I want y'all to remember that. A baby mama terrorist choose single motherism. When they talk that shit about they didn't choose, yeah, they chose single motherism. If she's a baby mama terrorist, she chose single motherism. And if you is dealing with a woman that got a child, and she say, you know, dude one in the picture, and he didn't want to be a father, you meet that man, you talk to him, and believe me, you'll know if that motherfucker a piece of shit or not. Maybe she is a good woman, and she fucked up. She accept accountability, but and she still got them values and everything. She know her role. She know her child ain't gonna be the son husband, and he don't run the house, or she don't run the house either. But you find out what that dude, or find out for the family. Believe me, you meet their family, you meet that family, you know how the fuck she is. 9 times out of 10, we got to do more investigation. We come to picking our women too. Shout out to Michael for the $1.99 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. You have to be thorough when being around these women. And you gotta be thorough with people in general, man. You meet new people and everything, you gotta be thorough. Just like when y'all saw me on the platform, y'all had to be thorough and try to see where this dude coming from. And either you can relate to it or you can't. You gotta be thorough with meeting people. You gotta be thorough with you know your co-workers. If you just starting a job, you know how far can you go with this person. Same way. When you go on these social media platforms, these YouTubers and stuff, you gotta see what they talking about and see if it's something you wanna continue to watch and support or whatever. Same thing, man. You know, you have to. But this shit ain't no joke on what I go through as far as, you know, the negativity, the shaming, and the nonsense, because I'm just putting out the truth. I'm putting out shit that's on the news, what somebody personally sent that was involved, and they still say, you just mad, you weak, and all that, but they can't, like I say, they can't call me a lie. That's why I laugh at that. That shit made me laugh. You know, look how she treat things. Miguel, what's going on? I got fathers on here that's been falsely accused of molesting their daughters, abusing their daughters, and they still didn't get custody. And he had proof, receipts, and everything. And they did investigation, and she did this shit 5 times, and she still got custody of the baby. And they know she lying, but they don't want to give it up because that child support is more important than the mindset of a child. But motherfuckers want to call me a lie and say condoms. And I'm looking at a post from earlier. Monty said, my mom's always told me to have a couple $100 stashed away in case your wife, uh, so you can stay at the hotel for a couple nights. Right, because she might tell you to get the fuck out. You say you ain't going nowhere. She called the police, they're gonna tell you to leave anyway. You never know. It might do be an argument that it ain't bad, but hey, I need to go and go somewhere else for the night because I ain't going. Yeah, my bad. My phone, I was getting a call. So if we go out, pause a little bit, that's because of the call. I ain't answering though. I spoke a word from New York checking in. What's up, bro? But yeah, you got to. My mom told me, don't you ever depend on a woman to take care of you. Get your own shit. And back to what Monty said earlier, he also said
just dropped my daughter off to the baby mama terrace. I got a PTO against her. I kissed my baby girl bye, dropped her stuff off in the grass on the corner near my house, turned around, and never looked back. You damn right. That's what I did. I parked on the corner. I didn't park in front of their house. I parked 2 houses down. You're not gonna say I did anything in front of your shit. Even if it ain't went that far, you don't trust that shit because it can happen one day with a snap on a finger when she tries to set you up for Facebook. Whatever reason it is, you just have to be 2 steps ahead of them. Can't trust them. Can't. You know. And like I told y'all before, your friends and your so-called family, you don't know that until you down your ass, or if they think you down on your ass. That's when you know who your true friend and family is. That's when a lot some stay and a lot run off. Don't call. They don't want to fool with you. They telling you wrong, fight for your character rights and all that shit. You lost your job all of a sudden, can't give them no more money. You know that when you're on your ass. And when I went through my situation, I wasn't on my ass, but I knew I was in the trenches by myself. My family supported me, but a lot of these fake ass friends I used to work with, they knew what it was. They want no friends around for work. They say I was that motherfucker anyway, which I don't give a fuck. I just show what I'm dealing with and how y'all really want. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't fuck them whole ass niggas anyway. But I'm glad you did it. It took this to realize a lot of shit. And like I said, I tell people all the time, I know more about the baby mama terrorists within the years I've been gone than the 11 years I've been around. You know more about your baby mama terrorists more when you leave than being with them all them years. It's like they was 007s and shit. They acted one way for so long, and I guess it got to a point where they didn't have to. They felt they didn't have to act that funny ass way, and then it all come out, and then you start putting two together. Like I said, you know more about these baby mama terrorists, more being away from them than you did being with them. You hear me? Hey, Green, can you hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Say you couldn't hear me at first. Mother, yeah, man. I got to jump off, man, because like I said, I'm going down 55, and there's no but trees out here where I'm at. Yeah, there's no but trees out here. They went from open field to trees. Hey, can y'all hear me now? I'm in the open area now. Can y'all hear me? I apologize that I'm going in now. Like I said, I'm on the phone and I'm on the road. It ain't like I'm around the house walking around. So I just want to definitely talk to y'all and tell y'all a little about this star point about, like I said, the majority like I'm sorry. But tomorrow we're gonna definitely cook. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go live and we're gonna cook and we're gonna talk about this American Island shit, pull out game, and we're gonna talk about this on the black aspect since they want to say black men are the biggest deadbeat and black men don't want to be fathers. They don't know the statistics. They don't know shit. It's black don't fall for that bullshit. That the black men are deadbeats because all they dealt with was niggas. So, all right, well, look, I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer because like a couple people said it's jittery and it's going in now. But I'm glad y'all was able to hear, earlier, what I was talking about. I've been on about an hour. That's about enough. And I'll be on live tomorrow evening between 5 and 7 Central Time. And we're gonna talk about this. And I want everybody. I'm gonna send a link when I talk about this to chime in because I want this to be an open discussion. So y'all be safe, man. Y'all be easy, man. And I'll definitely tune in tomorrow. I'll still post on Instagram and shit. Appreciate the people that joined in from Starport and other YouTube channels. Appreciate y'all. And we're gonna be cooking tomorrow on these baby mama terrorists, fake ass queens. Yeah, so tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna put the link in. Y'all be welcome to time in and go from there. Anybody wanna leave anything for me to talk about, email me. Any stories you wanna go do one-on-one, let me know. All right, y'all. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Fuck child support and these baby mama terrorists. Peace.